We are prepared to move. We just need to make sure we have unanimity in our caucus, and that's what we're working on. And we will start on that next week when we return.
Maryland Senator Ben Cardin there, as Democrats say they still hope to go ahead with President Biden's Build Back Better package, even after key Senator Joe Manchin said he cannot support it. Cardin hinting the plan could be revived in the new year, but may be broken up into smaller bills than centrist Democrats and even Republicans can get behind. Let's bring in former White House Deputy Chief of Staff Karl Rove, also a Fox News contributor. Karl, great to see you again. Your reaction to Senator Ben Cardin's comments on Fox News Sunday about the bill maybe having to be broken up into smaller bills. Is that feasible?
Well, it is feasible, but is it going to work? I'd say to the senator, nice try, but it's not going to work. You maybe should have thought about that approach at the beginning to make certain that you ran this through regular order, through the committee structure, so that Republicans and Democrats tried to work together to find areas of common agreement. But after spending a year telling the Republicans, get lost, we have no interest in talking to you, and then after insulting and demeaning the centrist Democrats, particularly Joe Manchin, I think there's little chance of getting it done. And Julie, one of the reasons is that breaking into the pieces doesn't solve the problems with the bill. Namely, can we afford it? Remember, one of Joe Manchin's big issues was that the Democrats used a bunch of gimmicks saying it only cost $1.7 trillion because we're going to take 10 years of revenue to fund various new programs that last between 1 and 6 years. And the Senate Republican said to the CBO, what's the real cost of this if all these programs are over the 10-year window? And the real cost is $5 trillion, nearly $5 trillion, $3 trillion more than the Democrats claimed that it was. And then second question is, should we be doing some of this stuff in there? For example, this bill picks up 100% of the cost for big companies that are already providing paid family leave. And think about that. The government's going to step in and take these big multinational companies that are already paying the cost of family leave and say, we'll pick up 100% of it. We got electric vehicle subsidies here. $7,500 to go out and buy a $70,000, $65,000, $80,000 electric vehicle, but you get a $12,500 subsidy if you buy it, and it was made in a union plant. I mean, they talk about discrimination, and then we're going to spend a huge bunch of money to set up gas stations, refueling stations for these electric vehicles. And even Elon Musk, the founder of Tesla, says, forget it, we don't need it.
Mm-hmm. No, I know his environmental policies would also be neutral, and I'm glad that you brought that up. So no singling out electric vehicles for tax credits. It seems reasonable. Here's more on Cardin on what the bill may ultimately look like if passed. Watch.
Well, that's a strategy decision that's being negotiated. We are open to a way to reach the finish line. We want to see it as comprehensive as possible, but we need to make sure that we have the votes to pass it. So that means it'll be different than some of us would like to see.
Are they really open? I mean, Democrats are on the attack against West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin since his announcement last week that he'd be a no vote on the massive Build Back Better spending plan. And now the narrative against Manchin is that he's a callous guy about child poverty. I mean, what grounds are they basing that accusation when Manchin is calling instead for child tax credits by imposing a work requirement for the child tax credit? How is that bashing child poverty? I don't understand.
Well, look. This there was a great editorial in the Wall Street Journal this weekend on this. We shouldn't really call it a child tax credit. We should call it a child allowance, because it really is turned into a welfare benefit, because tax credits go to people who pay taxes. This particular benefit goes to people who owe no taxes, who actually get money back from the government in various forms of subsidies and credits. But they don't owe any income taxes. They pay no income taxes. So, first of all, what Manchin said was, I'm against killing the requirement that people work or have income in order to get the tax credit. I don't want a universal benefit that is basically discouraging people from working. The University of Chicago did an economic study that said 1.5 million people would be likely to leave the workforce because of this child allowance. In addition, it's not really means tested. People who make up to $400,000 a year get the credit. You get the full credit of $3,600 per kid and making $150,000 a year. And think about this. Again, the cost is $185 billion for 1 year, and the CBO says the cost over the entire decade is $1.7 trillion. So these were real fundamental problems and with the on Manchin's part, and I don't see that we're getting away from them by simply saying, oh, well, let's all get together and see if we can't find a way to work this out.
All right, Karl Rove, thank you very much. It's going to be a long week. Thank you.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.